a lot of people kind of sticks to the music better, concentrates to our music better than like normal human beings.
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Belgian Jasper. If this is your first time in the channel, hit subscribe right now.
I was caught in the middle of a railroad track. I was caught, in the middle in the thunder.
Johnny, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure too.
Thanks, man. Let's just jump straight into it. In a few days, as we're recording this, the new album is going to come out. This is part 2 of Breaking Across the Walls. A very uplifting album, not just the music that has already been shared with singles, but I had a chance to listen to the full album already. From the get-go, this feels like a very uplifting album, much needed in today's world.
Yeah, this album was probably like, it's been 3.5 years since we released the last original album. So yeah, we wanted to make something really big. So it's like a sequel, two-parted albums, and this time we're launching off the latter one, the second one.
The limit hit the town, on the highway we went down, we blew all our minds with all the thunder.
What's really unique about your music and your approach is that you guys, or should I say you wolves, mix Japanese and English language together in the same songs. And so as a North American listener, I wanted to learn from you. Do you see different reactions from people that are native Japanese or from global? How are people reacting?
I think we've been sticking to this style for a long time, and to us, it really doesn't matter if the songs are written in English or Japanese. It's just a matter of fact. We just choose the better language that really fits the music itself. Okay. So I guess the most interesting thing about putting it to 2 languages is that I probably get a lot more reactions from the North American people about the Japanese lyrics. They really love the sound of the Japanese kind of things do, and like each time we tour over Europe and America, of course they respond to the English lyrics, but as the Japanese lyrics as well, they really love the sound of what the different language kind of sounds. So I guess they're enjoying it so far.
English and Japanese are, from a linguistic perspective, quite different languages, and what you see happen is there's not necessarily a one-to-one translation of sentences back and forth. And I just start seeing with your music, but also with other bands, English-speaking fans kind of starting to debate between what's the nuance, what does it really mean, what's the...
definitely.
Have you seen that? Do you have an example of something that you thought like, well, that's an interesting interpretation, but that was not really what we were going for?
When we launch our songs, our albums, we always check on the translations. We always put on some English translations for the Japanese lyrics, and we always overcheck it and try to make it, really mean what we want it to mean. It's really difficult for a Japanese, sentence to truly translating in English. So it takes time. It might sound a little bit different, but so far, we're really satisfied on what we've done with our translation. But, sometimes people listen to the YouTube kind of stuff and, they write their own kind of interpretations. It's really interesting. But when it comes up to lyrics, it really doesn't matter what we want to say, but the person who listened to the music, it can be any kind of way of thinking, interpretation, anything along the line. So I really enjoy all the people, kind of checking it out and figuring it out their own ways. Yeah.
Now we're shaking at the news. Girl, they come and get your feet.
You guys are really embracing certain topics and certain themes, and we see unity, and which comes out in the different languages as well, but compassion, love, color, those are some, those can be very serious topics. Do you sometimes, when people are just getting to know you and they are still baffled that there's 5 wolves playing music and singing songs, that that they might not go beyond that surface. Like, is that sometimes a challenge?
Well, we definitely look different from ordinary bands, so we're definitely
that is true.
So yeah, so like many people, a lot of people, take some of them take us as a comic band, sometimes, but most of the people, because we look different, we look unique. I don't know why this logic comes up, but a lot of people kind of sticks to the music better, concentrates to our music better than like normal human beings. I don't know why that happens, but it's a kind of a gimmick or something. But I kind of sense that, I kind of feel that whenever we tour over, Europe and America, certain countries like that, like when normal bands travel, tour, most of the people, they really don't want to think about the nationality of the human being, but it's always in their minds. They come from Europe, they come from Japan, so things like that. But as long as we're wolves, they don't have to worry about it. They don't have to even bother about which nationality this band came from, stuff like that. And I guess that makes them stick more to the music itself. And what you have said, when we, if they don't really realize what kind of serious topics we're talking about, thing like that, I believe that it makes them more focused to that easier, because we're wolves.
Exactly. So you mentioned touring and other bands when they tour. So other bands when they tour, they stay in either a crappy van, or if they're a bigger band, in a nice hotel. Do I just assume that you guys roam the forests or stay at a farm, or what's going on?
Yeah, that's true. You got it. You got it totally right.
We almost expect in North America for Asian bands to have that, big image and color, where American and Canadian, where I'm calling you from Toronto right now, for us, hard rock, pop rock tends to be dark. Is that one of the explanations that these new markets are really embracing your music?
I mean, I really kind of get what you mean. Whenever you talk about rock or maybe heavy metal, stuff like that in America or Europe, the images are mostly dark and hard and kind of stuff. And I guess what's happening, especially in Japan, a lot of rock bands, it's a kind of particular country where this genre rock is really nurturing right now. A lot of kinds of genres, heavy metal, mixture, alternative, pop rock, hip hop, anything. We kind of really combine all the assets together, and what's happening right now in Japan, maybe even in our band, is making a hybrid kind of a new genre bending rock culture. And I guess it really doesn't matter if it's dark or not. Maybe something hyper and more energetic kind of stuff are what's going on in Japan, and even in our band too.
You've been doing a lot of collaborations with other entertainment areas. We've seen you do music for shows, for movies. I think you guys teased something Final Fantasy as well that you have to learn more about. And then on top of that, there is a pretty cool animated history of the band video. What on your wish list? What's that collaboration that you'd love to do?
Right now, we have a lot of opportunities to collab with a lot of animation kind of stuff, and that really helps us a lot, especially when we try to reach the market overseas, because I believe that animation, Japanese animation, is truly an entertainment, but at the same time, the real culture that really cuts through all over the world, and it's a really good challenge and also an opportunity for us to spread our music as well. So I guess I'd love to do a lot of animations, kind of collabs, whatever. That really, the people you guys know, not only Japanese animations, but any kind of animations that it's all like Marvel or stuff like that. If it's possible.
The redemption story of, and I'll try to, you can correct me where I have it wrong, but basically 5 super wolves created by Jimi Hendrix that turned out to be evil, but then were cured through rock music and are now doing great stuff. You have this very cool backstory that, beyond a collaboration with an existing movie or franchise, is it in the plans at all to share, your band's story?
The history?
Entertainment moments? Yeah.
That would be really cool because, as we're wolves and we would definitely fit an animation kind of script. So if that would happen, please, anybody you know, please introduce me.
So tell us more about Final Fantasy. What can you share?
We collaborated with I believe that was a spin-off for Final Fantasy VII. They were making a game about the first soldiers of the story in Final Fantasy VII. So they wanted us to make a theme song for that. And me myself, I'm a really huge fan of the game itself. So I'm really I was really it was so easy for me to put me inside the story, try to imagine what kind of things, the lyrics, the sound, it's all about what they wanted, what I wanted to be on the game. So it was a true honor and pleasure to collaborate with them.
Obviously a band wants to play music, wants to go on the road, and when you're now seeing this traction in new markets, you want to take that music there. So what can you share about plans that you are working on for live shows?
We're really looking forward to tour back in the US, UK, anyone in China, all the places that we've been to, and I really hope that it happens soon. I guess it's already. It's for now. It's up to our country, Japan. Trying to. It's okay to travel overseas, but when you come back, we still have to be isolated for 4 days or 7 days or something like that, and that's a really pain in the ass. So
now, not that isolation might come naturally when people are a little bit afraid to get into the same room with 5 hungry wolves. Although
right.
We've seen you guys post some cool pictures with obviously some very well-known musicians as well. I know that you have also collaborated by yourself with guys like Marty Friedman, which is pretty cool. Your music is so broad. We hear new metal influences. We hear like mid 2000s emo rock influences, but also dance music and pop. For you personally, I know that you do a lot of elements in the band. You're just a big influence on the sound of the music. For you, what would you say are, apart from what Jimmy inspired on you all those years ago before you got frozen in ice? What are today some of those bands, musicians, artists that really inspire you?
I believe that a lot of inspiration, a lot of came from what I've been listening to, like the early or maybe in the 90s, the alternative guitar rock movement that was happening in the US and the UK, also described as like grunge. Yeah. Like bands like Nirvana, the Smashing Pumpkins, Dinosaur Jr., Sonic, and so on. It was a really revolution to me, and I got really inspired from. And also, when the alternative kind of rock scene grew up, also mixture, a lot of hybrid kind of sounds like Rage Against the Machine, the Chemical Brothers, the Prodigy, like all the crossovers with rock and the club culture that really inspired us and, you know, kind of stimulated, really made us, you know, excited about music too. So I guess everything, my elements come from, you know, that era, that music. Yeah.
And all bands that defied the rules, that broke the rules and that mixed different musics and different sounds.
That's right. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Johnny, I just want to say thank you so much for your time today. I hope to see you guys take this album or these two albums on the road, and I can only imagine if we let you loose, what kind of a crazy show that might be. I'll make sure to bring a bag of doggy treats to the show just in case.
Thank you very much. Don't forget that. Yeah.
I won't. But I want to thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it, and excited for many more people all over the world to discover your music. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.